They say that the loudest is the saddest in the room.
I say the loudest in the room is probably the loneliest one in the room.
The depressed kid would say some dumb stuff and act like he doesn't care or talk loud to get the bad attention away from him, so that people would just think, oh, Tyler's just being himself again. But little do they know that last night, Tyler was contemplating on deleting himself. Tyler's acting like this because he doesn't want other people in the room to think that he's depressed or sad. He wants to show the best moments of himself. Everyone smiles with that invisible gun to their head. It's kind of like the same thing for confidence. An insecure person would speak loud, act tough, and flex how much they make in a month doing dropshipping, trying to impress others so that people don't think that he's just a basic loser. They're all putting up an act, a mask. If you sit down in a room full of people and just observe them interacting with each other, especially cocky white kids, you will soon realize that confidence is masked insecurity. I grew up in a suburban area, Long Island, New York. When I tell people that aren't from New York, I say, yeah, I live in New York, instead of saying Long Island, because 1, they probably don't even know what Long Island is, and 2, saying that I live in New York makes me sound cooler because they think that I live in a city, where in their minds is full of beautiful chaos and interesting things happening every day. And if you're from New York, you know that's bullshit.
Be happy just my stop.
Anyways, I grew up around rich Jewish kids who all thought that they were better than each other because their parents were rich. I mean, I don't blame them. Some of them had a movie theater in the basement of their homes. Like an actual movie theater. How the fuck? And throughout middle school and half of high school, I tried to fit in with them. I tried to get validation from them, and I would dream of the day where all the cool asshole Jewish kids would call me cool. But it never happened, because it was halfway through high school when I questioned myself. Why am I trying to get validation from these people? Even if I do get the validation I've been craving, they're fake anyways. So that was when I took off my mask. I was tired of putting on this mask as soon as I stepped on the school bus, and I just started being more of myself. And it was then when I started to realize that all these white kids that I wanted to be like weren't cool at all. They were all just insecure of themselves. They were all trying to fit in too, trying to appear cool just like how I was trying to. This was when I started to feel bad for them. Even with all the money that their daddies had, it couldn't buy them enough validation. Just like how the kids in my school wear masks every day, being someone that they're not. In today's world, there's so many things you could wrap your insecure self around with to make yourself look less insecure and more likable. Tangible and intangible stuff. Muscles, Burberry ties, and identity. The way I see buff people is that the more muscle you have, the more insecure you are. The more you hate your body, the thicker the body mask is, hiding your true self. The reason why I work out is because I'm insecure of my body. I'm not afraid to admit it. Most of my childhood, I was the fattest kid in the class. I was that kid who always came last in gym class when we were doing physical exams and had to run laps around the track field. I was a fucking loser. I'm not saying I'm not a loser right now, but I would say I'm a much less loser, considering the fact that I don't get body shamed by anyone except myself. But when I did get body shamed, it felt bad. I got bullied a lot, and I remember one day crying after I've gotten bullied. But me crying isn't the worst part of the story. It was during recess, and I was that kid who was crying on the side while everyone was playing basketball, with lunch aides by my side saying, everything's okay, trying to calm me down and stop me from crying. With everyone staring at me and making me feel and look even more like a bitch. It was that day when I made a promise to myself. No more body shaming. I was tired of it. I went home that night and went on Amazon to buy some Trend because I wanted results fast. Nah, I'm joking. But speaking of steroids, think about the people who take steroids to look good. On the surface, you might think, oh, that person must really want to really look good. But if you really think about it, that person has made a deal with the devil. Years of his life in exchange for muscle. It's really fucked up, right? If you think about it in another way, that person has traded years of his life simply because he couldn't deal with his insecurities. Now that's even more fucked up. People who work out don't work out because they want to get healthy. Unless you weigh 500 pounds and your doctor just told you that you're going to die tomorrow if you don't lose 20 pounds. But I'm not talking about you, fatty. I'm talking about normal people. Normal people who go to gyms. You don't work out because you want a healthier liver system or healthier cardiovascular, whatever the fuck. You go to the gym because you want to look slim, strong, or whatever. You just want to look better. If there was a study done showing how working out actually makes you unhealthy, leading to early Alzheimer's and other weird diseases, a handful of people still go to the gym, including me, because I want to look good. Behind every person who has a thick muscle mass is an insecure person, someone who once was called a humpback whale or a twig, or both. Wait, how does that work? Anyways, people wonder how people who go to gyms go to the gym every day, and I'll answer that question in just one word: insecurity, or body dysmorphia. Wait, body dysmorphia, that's 2 words. Never mind. But how does that person have body dysmorphia, you might ask? They literally have my dream body. It doesn't matter, they're just not satisfied. In the mirror, they still see the same twig that was made fun of when they were young. They still have the insecurity deep within them that was planted when they were young. I'm not gonna lie, the gym is kind of like this evil thing. You go to the gym because you're not happy with your body, and over time, you hate your body even more. Luxury goods are the same as muscle. Something to wrap around your insecure self around. Wrapping yourself around money, a mask. And don't give me that bullshit about, no, this $2,000 jacket is warmer than any jacket I've worn. I get cold easily, so I need this jacket. I don't care about the brand. If you actually believe yourself when you say this, you have been what I call marketed, which is a video I'm going to be making soon, so subscribe so you can see it when it gets uploaded. But other than that, stop bullshitting. You know that you can buy a jacket that is 50 times cheaper that will be as warm or warmer than the jacket you're wearing. But goose fur keeps you warmer. Okay, who said? The company trying to sell you that shit? If you were stranded in Alaska and was about to freeze to death, you really think you'd choose a Canada Goose or the actual warm jacket you could get from any clothing store? Just like what I said about muscle, the more luxury goods you wrap around yourself, the more insecure you are. You constantly need to show off to others that you can afford the shit that you're wearing and that you're not broke. The reason why billionaires wear normal clothes and not become a walking brand is not because they want to convince people that they're normal like them to relate with the middle and lower class, so that the middle and lower class like them more and buy or use more of their shit so they can become even more rich. I mean, it kind of is. But they also wear plain clothes because they just don't care. It's only broke people trying to get validation from other broke people because they're broke. Rich people know that they can buy these luxury companies without really damaging their net worth that much. And you might say, these rappers and influencers who have a lot of money I see online are wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton. You're wrong. Yeah, but you need to realize that that's how they make money, you stupid. You wouldn't be looking up to them and buying their online courses if they weren't wearing Burberry from top to bottom, would you? And a lot of the times, these influencers get a lot of their shit for free because these companies know how much you normies look up to them and will do anything and everything to look like them, even a small bit, which will drive up their revenues. Yeah, they're taking advantage of you. If you're mad, then stop buying shit. If you really think about it, these companies aren't selling you clothes. They're selling you status and confidence, a mask, hiding your true self. Just know that if you wear something expensive, every time you step out of your house, you're walking out with a mask, hiding your insecurity, because you and I both know that you can't afford that Montclair jacket. And I say this because all of you watching this video are broke. I know damn well millionaires got better things to do than watching an Asian kid talk to a camera. But if you are a millionaire, what are you doing, bro? Go make a dropshipping course and scam dumb kids. Get out of my channel. If you think about it, even if you don't wear designer clothes, take trend to become big, everyone's wearing a transparent mask. Every conversation you have with other people is performative. Just saying a sentence to get by the next sentence, to get by the next sentence, to get to the end of the conversation. You say the right stuff so that the person in front of you doesn't get offended or think you're weird. We all do it so no one calls it out. The interesting thing about our lives is that you can be someone different to everybody. All you gotta do is just change masks and boom, you're now this new cool asshole that doesn't care about what other people think about you. Just think about it. You know damn well that your personality changes when you're around certain people. You're this calm and composed person in front of your boss, but when you're around your friends, you're a dumb teenager who still hasn't figured out their lives yet. I'm kind of curious what my personality would be like if I never had an interaction with other people. Just 19 years of being alone. Would I be likable or too weird? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even really like social media. When I got it, I didn't get it to watch funny reels or to see other people's stories. I just got it because I thought having an Instagram account will make me look more sociable and normal, and it's gonna make me fit in. You might not know how I felt, but I have Asian parents. That means flip phone until you get the high honor roll. So me being the dumb Asian kid, I had a flip phone until sophomore year in high school. I didn't get the high honor roll, my parents just felt bad for me. And so before that, I went on Instagram on my school issued Chromebook. And people would ask me, how do you have an Instagram account if you have a flip phone? And I would say, oh, I have a phone at home. I'm just not allowed to bring it to school, knowing damn well I was full of shit. But I said this because I didn't want people to think that I was a loser who had a flip phone in 2021. So I had to put on a mask. If you never had a flip phone, you would never understand the anxiety that I felt every day holding that piece of garbage. Okay, class, put your phones in your phone lockers, as I'm nervously looking around and my teacher coming up to me and asking, why aren't you putting your phone in your phone locker? And I would say, oh, I forgot it at home. And she's like, oh, come on, I know you're joking. And now all the attention is on me and the teacher, and everyone's staring at us. And the teacher and everyone thinks that I'm just saying this so I could go on my phone, or I'm trying to be funny. And I just keep telling my teacher, I don't have it, until she fucks off. The reason why we put on these masks is because how we talk and act, what we put around our bodies, is everything. Like the quote I just showed you before. If you say nothing, they'll assume you're thinking nothing, only what you let them see. People can't scan your brain and see how you feel or think or know your income. And this is how we can be someone different to everybody. We can be whoever we want to be, and people will believe this. So you make this person someone who's likable, because being not likable and weird is just too weird. Wrap yourself around the Burberry tie and you're a rich kid. Act tough, you're a ballsy guy. But for me, I'm tired of wearing a mask. This is my life, and I could choose whatever I want to be. And the last thing I want to be is someone that isn't me. Fuck, this shit's wet now, bro.